Reserve Bank of India. For multiple reasons, RBI is in news. Very frequently, for multiple reasons, RBI is in news. We know very well, RBI is Central Bank of India. RBI is the Central Bank of India. When you say RBI is a central bank, and what is its importance, why it was established, when it was established, how it is functioning right now, what are the powers and functions of RBI, what is the RBI board, how many members were there, who will appoint them, what can be their tenure, these are the points. When you say Reserve Bank of India, remember, it is known as Central Bank of India. It is also known as Apex Bank of India. Apex Bank of India. Fine. But when you go to the background of RBI, for the first time, I'll tell you it is like pre-independence and post-independence. RBI. First time for the establishment of RBI, British government appointed a commission called as Royal Commission. To establish Reserve Bank of India, British government established Royal Commission. Why it was established? To maintain financial stability and to monitor money supply in India, we need a central bank. Like every country in the world have their own central banks to monitor their currency or money flow in the market. Like that, India is also needed a regulatory mechanism to monitor currency flow in the market. With that intention, British government appointed Royal Commission. This is also known as Hilton-Young Commission. This Royal Commission is also known as Hilton-Young Commission. So, based on this committee recommendation or commission recommendations, in the year of 1934, there was RBI Act. Reserve Bank of India Act came into existence in the year of 1934. Based on this act, RBI was established in the year of 1935. So when did RBI establish? 1935 on the recommendations of Royal Commission or Hilton-Young Commission. They made RBI Act in 1934. Based on this, body was created in 1935. 1935 when it was created, initially RBI is a private owned company or private owned bank. Initially RBI is a what? Private owned bank. It is not like under the government of India. It is headed by private individuals. But after independence, can I use the word post-independence? Yes. After independence, India felt we need a central bank to monitor all money supply in the market. Hence, the government of India made something called banking, very, very important. There is an act called Banking Regulation Act. This is in the year of 1949. Banking Regulation Act in the year of 1949. Based on this Banking Regulation Act 1949, RBI was nationalized. RBI was nationalized. So when did RBI was nationalized? 1949 under Banking Regulation Act. Sir, what do you mean by nationalization? There are two words, privatization and nationalization. Privatization, government company was sold to completely private people. Means government de-owning a company and handing over private people, we call it as privatization. There is a word called disinvestment also there. Next, what is a nationalization? Ante, the private properties were completely owned by the nation. The private property owned by the nation. We call it as what? Nationalization. Getting it right. From 1949 onwards, RBI is the Bank of India. That is Central Bank of India, Apex Bank of India, which will regulate entire money market, which will regulate entire money market in India. So, who will regulate money market in India? In one hand, it is RBI through monetary policy. Another hand, it is Government of India, especially Finance Ministry and fiscal policy. A policy? And both RBI and Government of India together controlling money supply in the market or monetary market, but maximum control is in the hands of RBI. So we found we need a central bank, hence Banking Regulation Act 1949. What it did? Nationalization of RBI. So when did RBI got nationalized? 1949. Under which act? Banking Regulation Act 1949. After that, so many banks were nationalized in India, like 1969 banks were nationalized, 1980 banks were nationalized, like that. The public sector undertaking banks were increased after independence. But all the banks in India is regulated by RBI. Hence RBI is also known as Apex Bank, Bankers Bank. Bankers Bank. This is very, very important. Clear all of you? Yes. But when I say RBI, this is how it got. But RBI has governing body. RBI as governing body. We call it as Board of Directors. RBI has governing body. We call it as Board of Directors. Remember this, RBI Board of Directors. We have the members, let us say 20 members. I would say 1 plus 4 plus 15. 15 are the members. 4 is a deputy governor and 1 is the RBI governor. They are all appointed by central government, that is Government of India, for a term of 4 years. They are all appointed by the Government of India for a term of 4 years. What is the term of RBI governor, deputy governors? 4 years. The term of 4 years. But my point is like, sir, RBI is a governing body headed by 20 members, and RBI is headed by governor and followed by 4 deputy governors. They'll take a maximum decisions about monetary policies and remaining in India. But my point, what are the functions of RBI and what are the objectives of RBI? The fundamental objective of RBI to encourage financial inclusion, to regulate money supply in the market so that it can control inflation, poverty, other socio-economic challenges. But biggest objective is to achieve more financial inclusion. What do you mean by more financial inclusion? Bringing maximum people under the banking umbrella is called financial inclusion. But tell me then, what are the functions of RBI? Look at this. RBI primary function. It will monitor money market. It will monitor money market. When I say money market, you know, how much money need to be infused into the market, how much money need to be like absorbed from the market in order to control inflation, recession factors. That is where RBI is like what? It is controlling what? Money market. How it is controlling money market? It is controlling money market through monetary policy. Monetary policy. So who will draft a monetary policy, Amma? Monetary Policy Committee. The monetary policy drafted by Monetary Policy Committee, which is having members from RBI plus Government of India. RBI is known as custodian of Forex, foreign exchange reserves. Who is the custodian of Indian Constitution? Supreme Court is a custodian. Similarly, who is the custodian of foreign exchange reserves in India? RBI is a custodian of foreign exchange reserves in India. Means it will maintain forex reserves that are important for us to meet imports and exports. So RBI is a what? Custodian of foreign exchange reserves. RBI is the lender of last resort. What do you mean by RBI is the lender of last resort? See, the government of India, whenever it wanted loan, it can get from the RBI. Any bank wanted a loan, if any bank is suffering due to the shortage of funds, they can get funds from RBI. So in India, RBI is known as lender of last resort. It is the lender of last resort. Other than this, any other functions of RBI? RBI will manage open market operations. RBI will manage open market. What do you mean by this open market operations? Who will organize open market operations? Open market operations are performed by RBI on behalf of ఎవరమ్మా? గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా. అంటే ఇక్కడ నీడ్ ఎవరికి ఉంది? గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియాకి. సో గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా తరపున ఓపెన్ మార్కెట్ ఆపరేషన్స్ పర్ఫామ్ చేసేది ఎవరిక్కడ? ఆర్బీఐ. సార్, వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ ఓపెన్ మార్కెట్ ఆపరేషన్స్ ఫస్ట్? వై ఆర్బీఐ performing and what is the need for government? For example, remember, the government of India, whenever it need funds, it has two choice basically. One is like internal borrowing, next one external borrowing. Internal borrowings and external borrowings. Internal means within India, external means the borrowing from international financial institutions. Borrowing from international financial institutions. So which are good for a country, and whether it is internal borrowings or external borrowings? Internal borrowings are always good for a country and its financial stability. Obviously, the government wanted to raise fund from internal borrowings. For that, government releases G securities. Government releases what? G securities, like a promissory note kind of thing. The G securities, they belong to government of India, but government of India will not sell them in the market. Government of India will give the G securities to RBI. RBI will sell them in the market to raise the fund. And who is performing open market operations? Selling openly in the market, buying back openly from the market. Who is performing all this? On behalf of RBI will raise the fund by using government G securities, and that fund will be transmitted to government of India. What is this G securities? And they are dated bonds. They are what? దీనికి ఒక ఫేస్ వాల్యూ లెటర్స్ 100 రూపీస్ అనుకుందాం. దీని మార్కెట్లో డిస్కౌంటెడ్ రేట్ 80కి అమ్ముతారు. టర్మ్ వచ్చేసి 1 year. అంటే 1 year తర్వాత గవర్నమెంట్ మీకు ఎంత పే చేస్తుంది? 100 రూపీస్. బట్ మీరు ఎంత పెట్టుకుంటున్నారు? 80 rupees. And how much is your profit? Here government of India raising the fund, you are buying the government securities because they are guaranteed, they are secure. Yes, you are getting profit. Government of India is also meeting its financial requirements. This is what called open market operations performed by RBI on behalf of government of India. It is a way of raising internal borrowings. Internal borrowings are good for a country's economy. So who will monitor this, or who will organize this open market operations? Not only that, RBI is the issuer of currency. RBI is the issuer of currency, another function. What do you mean by issuer of currency? India lo printing and minting was done by RBI. Sir, you can ask me a question. RBI is a printing currency. Then why can't we print the money like whatever the amount you wanted? మీరు అంటారు కదా, నా దగ్గర ఒక మిషన్ ఉంటే ఐ విల్ ప్రింట్ మనీ హోల్ నైట్ అని చెప్తారు కదా. సో ఇస్ ఇట్ ఏ గుడ్ ఆర్ బ్యాడ్? If it is a very bad thing in economy, you become again a Zimbabwe kind of country. So whenever I say money should be there in the market based on demand and supply. When money supply is more than its demand, the value of money will be less. and the value of currency will be decreased or not. That is why we are not at all printing the currency beyond our demand, but who will look after this demand and supply of money in the market? RBI, along with Government of India support, but RBI is a nodal agency. Clear, right? So don't ever think that if I have a machine, I'll print money whole night so that I can survive happily. When money is more in the market, money value will become very less. Money value is less, automatically that might trigger inflation. That is how RBI ensure money supply in the market based on demand and supply. That need to be ensured by RBI. Hence, RBI is also known as currency or issuer of currency. These are like some of the core functions of RBI. These are some of like what? Core functions of RBI. It will monitor all the banks. It will monitor all the UPI payments also in India. For that we have a separate NPCI. But still that is also working under the guidelines of RBI itself. Again under the Payment and Settlement Act 2007. This is what about RBI. And who will manage credit in India? RBI. Who will manage interest rates in India? RBI. So all these things managed by RBI. I told you one point called monetary policy. Entama? So this is again a big thing. What is a monetary policy? RBI decides the interest rates. What is the repo rate, reverse repo rate, cash reserve ratio, marginal standing facility. Like that RBI has certain rates. All the rates RBI is going to decide by using this monetary policy committee. Monetary policy? Who is the head of monetary policy committee? RBI governor. RBI? It is a term of RBI governor, 4 years. Hence, RBI is an autonomous body in India. Is it a constitutional body or statutory body? Remember, RBI was established under RBI Act 1934. It was nationalized under Banking Regulation Act 1949. Hence, RBI is a what body? Statutory body, and it is a central bank of India which represents India in India and as well as in international forum.